Now at 6, a man is facing federal charges after investigators say he stole people's mail and committed nearly $30,000 in bank and wire fraud. How they managed to catch him coming up. Plus,
it's kind of sad because I know that a lot of people at my school really enjoy coming here.
Starbucks is closing hundreds of stores across North America. We'll tell you which local locations are on the chopping block. And in your national headlines, former FBI Director James Comey is responding after he was indicted. Your KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Friday. I'm China Green. We have Chris McGinnis and Rod Hill with me this morning. It's just the three of us, boys. We'll start out with some weather.
All right, good morning. Hey, our forecast still calls for Portland, Salem, Vancouver to have a dry weekend. We're still tracking the chance of the first raindrops arriving at the coast somewhere between late afternoon Sunday into the evening. So no changes there. It's going to be a really nice Friday. Here are the lights of the I-5 bridge and the Vancouver waterfront from the springs at the waterfront. It's 47. That's in Vancouver. Now here's a mostly clear sky over Portland, and PDX now down to 49. It is, if you look at the valley as a whole, the coolest start we have had to the fall season so far. I've got 50 on this graphic once the sun pops up, but a lot of you are going to be in the 40s. Sunrise 7:03 this morning. A dry day at the bus stop, 64 degrees at noon, and a really nice afternoon, about 72 when the kids get out of school. Here's Chris.
Hey, Rod, thanks for that. Let's pick it up over on the east side. Just getting word of a possible crash here in the Gateway District. I want to zoom in right here. It's northeast 102nd and Halsey, so it's just east of the I-205, I-84 junction there on the east side. A couple of emergency crews working the scene there. The drive out of Clark County over the interstate bridge. There's the southbound commute. A few taillights flickering on there. Boy, it looks like they're zipping along and pretty close to a speed limit clip, though, on that side of town. So we're pretty good out of Clark County this morning. The drive on the Banfield, that looks good as well. And door number 3 will switch gears and take you out to Tanniswarren. Pretty good on that side of town as well. China, so far, no major freeway trouble early on this Friday morning.
Thank you, Chris. All right, you might have to drive a little farther to get your pumpkin spice latte in Portland. Starbucks has announced it's closing non-performing stores across the country, including a few here in our area. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live in Southwest Portland from one location in Multnomah Village that's included in the cuts. Corey.
That's right, China. 15 Starbucks locations across Oregon are set to close. 5 spots are in Portland alone, and that includes this location here on Capitol Highway. Now, the company announced Thursday it's closing 1% of its coffee shops nationwide, calling it significant action to turn around its struggling business. The closures are at locations across Southwest, Northeast, and downtown Portland. They include 2 on Burnside Street and the Starbucks inside the Pacific West building downtown. Now, despite the closures, some local customers that frequent the PSU location that's also on the chopping block say this could actually be a good thing for local businesses.
It's kind of sad because I know that a lot of people at my school really enjoy coming here. It's pretty sad to see that option being taken from them, but I also do know that there are a lot of independent coffee shops around the area that I think will appreciate the support a lot more than Starbucks, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, will.
Now, Starbucks also announced it will lay off approximately 900 non-retail employees as a part of this plan as well. China?
Corey, thank you. And among the Starbucks closing are Seattle's 2 flagship Reserve stores. Yesterday, workers and customers arrived to find the Capitol Hill and Soto locations boarded up. One employee told our sister station in Seattle that she received a text saying that there would be an 8 a.m. company phone call. Turned out to be a recorded message saying that they'd lost their jobs and received 60 days of pay. Earlier this week, workers staged a rally in response to understaffing, low pay, and alleged retaliation for organizing. Now it's left some wondering if shutting the Reserve location was the company's response to that.
We were offered any type of transfer, any type of other solution besides, sorry, you're done.
So last year, Starbucks laid off 1,100 corporate employees, which remains the largest layoff in the company's history. A man who shot at police officers during a standoff in Portland's Woodlawn neighborhood last year has been sentenced to 20 years in prison. This is body cam video from the incident there. 25-year-old Jesse James West was found guilty on multiple felony counts, including attempted murder. Prosecutors say when officers stopped West, he was in a stolen car, refused to surrender, and then fired 6 rounds at officers. Police returned fire, hitting and injuring West. No officers were hurt. Meantime, in North Portland, police are investigating a drive-by shooting at Dawson Park. Authorities responded to reports of shots fired along North Williams just after 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. No one was injured, but investigators say that they found shell casings in the street and damage to a picnic shelter. Federal investigators have arrested a man accused of running a sophisticated mail theft scheme, but catching him wasn't easy. He reportedly swung from his 13th floor apartment onto a neighbor's balcony, then escaped through that unit, down the stairs and out the building before investigators arrested him a day later. Kyla Boshi has more.
Federal prosecutors say this man, Michael Peters, is the mastermind behind an elaborate mail theft operation. The 48-year-old is now facing federal charges. In court records, federal investigators shared images from security cameras showing Peters entering various apartment and condo buildings in northwest and southwest Portland between May and August of this year. They say he stole mail and committed nearly $30,000 in bank and wire fraud. Mark Pinkerton lives in one of the buildings Peters hit.
It's always something.
So how'd he get in? Prosecutors say Peters had counterfeit master keys used by postal workers to open collection boxes.
It's not uncommon, especially when people let people in here.
This resident said management posted a photo of the suspect, warning tenants.
That one.
That's the one they hit up?
Yeah.
Investigators identified Peters by comparing photos on social media. An eyewitness also helped. Peters has a criminal history in California and Hawaii for similar crimes. A judge ordered he remain behind bars while awaiting trial.
That was Kyla Boshi reporting. Lost and stolen master keys being used to open collection boxes has been an ongoing issue for the Postal Service. As a result, the service has been keeping closer tabs on those master keys and working to replace them with electronic locks. We have new details about a Coast Guard rescue near Waldport. Authorities say the boat had become disabled in the surf near the Alsea River on Tuesday. A helicopter crew hoisted the boat captain to safety. He was the only one on board and is being treated for mild hypothermia. Thanks to a recent grant, students at a Southeast Portland school are adding some nature to their classes. The funds are from the East Multnomah Soil and Water Conservation District, and they're helping Tucker Maxon School revitalize its garden and hire an experienced garden teacher. The goal is to help students teach students about where their food comes from and how to grow their own.
We've become so disassociated with our food systems that we sometimes don't even realize that broccoli grows in a plant in our backyard. We think that food only comes from the supermarket, but really we can all be stewards of the earth in our backyard by growing vegetables and fruits.
The Tucker Maxon School has been in the community for more than 80 years and focuses on hands-on learning for both deaf and hearing students. All right, your time now is 6:08. Headed over to, okay.
It's me.
It's you. But I just got to know, are we starting off with dry bricks, Rod?
We are. And I think the headline, yes. Let me take the headline one step above that. We're starting off with chili bricks this morning. It is, if you look at how much of the valley is cooled into the 40s at this hour, the coolest start we've had in this early fall season. Here's the Pioneer Park building looking at those dry and cool bricks, and there's PDX down to 49 degrees, mainly clear skies being reported with light winds. And here come the 40s. Battleground, 42 degrees. Forest Grove, 42 degrees. Only downtown Portland at 51 and Troutdale at 50. Staying out of the 40s so far. And on this map, all of you are in the 40s. Estacada, good morning, down to 42. Salem, good morning. You're at 46 degrees. So certainly nothing unusual, but we've got to get used to these early fall chills that we haven't really had to this degree so far this season. Now this afternoon, what we've been seeing, just really lovely late September weather with mostly sunny skies. Northwest breezes will be light, 60s at the coast, and then generally 70s inland. As you can see, it shows 77 in the Dalles. By the way, the red flag warnings for high fire danger and those gusty west winds that we talked about yesterday in the gorge at the Pendleton, all of that is over. The fire danger has been lowered, and winds today generally going to be 10 to 15 miles per hour in the gorge, or no more than maybe some gusts up to about 20. So some good news there for you. All right, here come the 7-day numbers, and we'll take you through the weekend. Today, mainly sunny, 75. Tomorrow, mainly sunny, 78. Sunday becomes cloudy, but stays dry here in the valley, 74. I still think the first wave of rain comes in Sunday overnight into early Monday morning. And then basically there's a big low that kind of sits offshore and just spins several fronts inland. So we've got rain at times Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and that is your forecast.